All right, Gabby, we're going to talk a little bit about exponential functions. There are other video links that I sent to you that are on Edmodo and YouTube for everyone, and this one I made particularly for you. So for this function that is exponential, we're going to do domain and range, okay? So basically when there's domain, when they have arrowheads, that means that this is going to keep going for infinity, and as it does, you see how it's getting more open and more open like this way? So it's going to open up like that, and more open as it goes for infinity. So it's going to cover like all the x values that for infinity that exist forever and ever as it opens up. This one's easier to see because it keeps going this way, so it's going to cover all of them as well. So it will be all real numbers for domain. For range, it's a little bit harder to see. For range, it's going to help us to do the asymptote, and I know that we had seen it in one of the notes. Asymptote is like a little fence. So see this this function right here? When it tries to become like a horizontal line, you see here it's trying to become a horizontal line, and it keeps getting very, very close to here, okay? Here it looks like it touches it, but in reality it never does. Okay, so the asymptote is a line or a border or a fence that the function gets super close to and almost crosses it, but never, never, ever does. So I'm going to dash that line like this is a border or fence or asymptote, right here. Okay, and to see what the asymptote is, we always put y equals because it's a horizontal line. Okay, and that value of y at that horizontal line is 0. So this is the asymptote, y equals 0. It's the border. So it's this horizontal line, y equals 0. That's the border for this function right here. So to get the range, we already know that this function does not go below this border. It's like all of it is above. So that's what it's going to help you. If the border is y equals 0, then that means that the range, or this function, only has values that are above 0 or greater than 0 because it never crosses this way from the fence. So I'm going to put the y, I'm going to put my asymptote, and if it's above, it'll be greater than. Okay, so that's my domain is all real numbers, and my range is y is greater than 0. For this one, I'm going to do the same thing. For domain, I have 2 arrowheads, so I know it keeps going for infinity, infinity. So it'll be all real numbers. For range, I'm going to have to find the asymptote. So here's the function, and then here's where it tries to become horizontal. Okay, so that I know it's approaching that. So here's my fence. Okay, I'm going to draw it. So that horizontal line, that's the fence, is going to be y equals, because it's horizontal, and the y value for that is positive 1. So y equals 1. This is the asymptote, the border. Okay, so this is going to help me. I know that the line never crosses that. So all the y values of the function are going to be greater than 1 because they're above that border or that asymptote. Okay? So that means that my range, I'm going to put the y, then my asymptote, and because it's above it, it's going to be greater than 1. Okay? So that's domain and range. Okay, I think everything else I covered during the other videos. The other thing I wanted to cover that's on your test coming up is if you have this, okay, and this person got it wrong, so I'm going to show you. I don't have another copy. But when they ask you for, and this should say geometric sequence, okay, but if whenever we're talking exponential functions, when you see sequence, it's going to be geometric sequence. So it should look like a table. So you go to your calculator, it's going to be spreadsheet, right? You go to spreadsheet, but whenever you select regression, you're going to select exponential. So when you put this in the calculator, you'll select exponential, and you're going to get this. Okay? Y equals that when you get exponential. I'm trying to see if I can get you a calculator to be lent out to you so you can work this out at home. For the fifth term, so that means they want when this is 5, what would be this, right? So when x is 5, so then I would sub in the 5 instead of the x plug it in the calculator, and get the value. Okay? The rest of the videos will tell you more about this. Start studying them. The other videos have more calculator, calculator in the video. I'm going to try to get you the calculator by Friday so that you can practice on the calculator as well, and then you'll take the BWA 10 after you are done studying. Okay? Good luck.